launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, September 20th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Listen, if you're a Giants or Jets fan, I'm probably not saying anything you don't already know. But it's going to be a long season for you guys because both of your teams are raging dumpster fires. It looked like they have absolutely no hope making the playoffs this year. And yes, I am a Jets and Giants fan. But on the bright side, if you're a New York sports fan, you can take solace in the fact that Justin Rodriguez looks like he might be poised to make a deep run this year. When Justin posted these updates a few days ago, he said that he was still in the process of making improvements and working towards getting things secured for a run at the Olympia, which leads you to believe that he's probably planning to compete at least one more time between now and the end of November. In the handful of times that we've seen him this year, Justin's been right there on the verge of putting it all together. So if he can find a way to iron out the last few small details, watch out, because he could be a problem heading down the stretch. When I was doing my reading this morning, I highlighted this quote that I want to share with you now because I feel like it, fits. Hard work, starting with having a clarity of what you want to accomplish, a clarity of your outcome. And if you're watching this clip of Derek Lunsford right now, two things should be abundantly clear. The man is working his butt off and he is crystal clear on what he wants to accomplish. Yeah, he might be the defending champion of the division, but there's no championship hangover here. If anything, it almost feels like he's stepped his game up another 10 levels because he wants to leave absolutely no doubt in anyone's mind that he is the best 212 bodybuilder in the world, and that the gap between him and everyone else is as wide as a country mile. Granted, it's only September and anyone can be beaten on any given night, which is something that we've seen happen over and over again throughout the history of bodybuilding. But when someone has the sort of clarity and peace of mind that he has right now, more often than not, they end up finding their way to the target. Sometimes in sports, trying to beat someone at their own game gives you the best shot to win. It's one of those things where you know going in that it's going to be a fight, and only the best man is going to win. So you have to be prepared to slug it out. And if you've been paying attention to any of the news that's been filtering out of William Bonac's camp lately, it sounds like that's exactly what he's prepping to do. According to the latest word from William's team right now, his plans are to come in heavier for the Olympia, with the thought being that holding extra muscle will give him a better chance of playing the size game against Ramy. Now, whether or not that ends up being the right move remains to be seen, but there is a precedent for it. Jay Cutler did the same thing with Ronnie Coleman back when they were both battling it out, and ultimately that's what led to Jay winning his first title. And because we know that history has a way of repeating itself, soon enough we'll know if trying to beat Ramy at his own game really was the best shot to win. Offhand, I can't say that I could remember a time when an active athlete openly rooted for another athlete in their own division to win an Olympia title, let alone for someone to tie one of their records. But apparently that's what we have going on in men's physique right now. A few days ago, Jeremy Buendia went on the record to say that he was rooting for Brandon Hendrickson to win the Olympia title again this year, which would bring his total up to 4, tying him with Jeremy for the most Olympia wins in the history of the division. According to Jeremy, he wants Brandon to win because it would potentially set up a showdown between these two at next year's contest, which would ultimately give the winner the right to lay claim to being the winningest athlete in history. Now, obviously, in order for that to happen, a lot of things have to fall into place between now and then. So you can take that for what it's worth. But if everything does hold serve and we do see an old-fashioned winner-take-all showdown in 23, it will make that division one of the most interesting subplots of the weekend. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.